Morning golfers, welcome to this week's newsletter. Full of sunshine and good weather at the moment. We're obviously playing a lot of golf. Generally teaching quite a few people, fitting quite a few people. And one thing we're tending to discover at the moment is the classic slicer, the puller still exists, the steep divot taker. Maybe that relates a little bit to your golf. And if it does, this is a good little few moments for you to maybe dial into because we're going to try and rid you of your fade, your slice or your pull, maybe even that little bit of a duff strike that can come from people swinging out to in. A lot of people tend to get still confused with what that actually means. So here I've got a golf ball on the floor, and this line here indicating our target line, if you like, which is running obviously just to the left of the golf ball. And a lot of people, when swinging their golf club from sometimes from some really good positions at the top, as they approach the golf ball, the club is simply approaching the strike of the ball with the club head outside of their golf ball, and then as they try and make contact with it, the club then swings to the left of the target, to the left of the golf ball, more than it should do. Basically giving us a path when it becomes destructive 4, 5, 6, 8 degrees or more to the left of the target, which creates potentially a lot of backspin, a lot of side spin, and more annoyingly, every now and then we suddenly square the face up to that swing path and we hit a big pull to the left of our target. And therefore we can quite easily end up playing very much the army golfer, you know, left, right, left, right, left, right. We're kind of bouncing from one side of the fairway to the next. So, very simple to drill. As you can see here, I'm building basically a little triangle. I've got my object ball that I'm going to try and strike and hopefully hit towards the target. And I've got two further balls, 6 to 8 inches in front and about 8 to 10 inches apart, either side of my chosen target line. And if you're a fader or a slicer or a puller or something linked to that sort of type of player, again where the club head approaches the ball from the outside of the golf ball, very easily, if I put this ball in front of you here, when you're striking this ball you would find you would strike naturally on the way through impact, and that would show that your club is travelling quite a way left, which is going to again cause us those shots that we don't need. The other ball on the right, however, is a ball that if you are that kind of fader and slicer, you'll probably never ever even think about getting close to hitting. But what we're going to do, and I call it a little anti-slice triangle. So we've got the ball we're going to hit, hopefully towards the target. We've got the ball we're going to try and miss, and then got the ball that we're going to try and hit. Now both of these are quite a way offline, but to try and pull you away from your standard swing path here, we're going to really try and exaggerate the path through to that right hand golf ball out here. And that will hopefully pull your swing path, rather than being straight, as it is at the moment, way too much to the left. And by trying to swing it what feels 45 degrees to the right, we're going to hopefully pull you fairly neutral. So I just want you to simply set up, swing to the top of your backswing, and then from the very top of your backswing, as you start down and your weight moves to that front foot, we're going to really try and drop that club onto this ball and hit it over the top of that ball onto the right hand side of the triangle here. Very much exaggerated, and you will push quite a few shots to the right in doing that. But what actually changes over a period of time and a lot of repetitions is the club then shallows out much more. Rather than getting out this way and getting very steep, and across the line. So the net result we want to see if you're videoing yourself from behind the golf ball is that the club head is approaching the golf ball from the inside of your target line. So here we go. So hopefully, with a bit of practice, that triangle, the anti-slice triangle, becomes your friend. I'm not sure if it shows up on the light there, let me just turn it over. So our big light's off. Yeah. So where I've tried to swing down, very consciously hitting that far right hand golf ball, hopefully you might be able to see on the screen here, the ball has moved slightly right to left, so a draw shape. And you can see on the bottom of the club path here, on the bottom of the net, it's reading 4.7 degrees to the right. So that clearly shows there on that attempt, on that exaggeration, I very much moved my club out to the right of my target, approaching the ball from the inside of the target line. That's how we want you to try and get in practice. Yes, it's exaggerated. No, we don't want to swing quite that far to the right, but if you're a slicer, if you're a fader, your swing path's going to be 5, 6, 8 degrees left. Exaggerate the opposite. That brings us into a neutral position with lots of repetitions, gets the club head approaching from the inside, gets rid of that slice, fade or pull. Okay, give it a go. The anti-slice triangle, if you want any more information about it, come and give us a shout in the shop and we'll certainly help you set up to that. Okay, hope you're enjoying the golf and we'll see you all soon.